Jana, you may start whenever you're ready.
I thought I wasn't allowed to start until
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, so we'll start the
So
meeting.
we were gonna move the appointment to the top and let Jean start the meeting, I think.
Oh, okay. So you want to take roll call?
Yes, let me go ahead and take roll call. Jana Remington,
Here?
Jean Delisio,
Here.
Elizabeth Kelly,
Here.
Derek Thomas,
Here.
and Shirley
Here.
Everyone's present.
Do you have any public comments on any items not listed on the agenda? I think so. Hearing none, so item 3, approval of the minutes from December 9. Everybody got them? Any corrections from anyone?
I haven't seen the minutes yet.
Oh, that's right. I don't think I have either. It was just.
Has anybody got a copy of the minutes?
They're in your email.
Yeah. I checked just before the meeting and I didn't see them. I'll check again.
They're in a PDF format. There's 2 sets of minutes, or yeah, 2 meeting minutes and work session.
So Chris, I'm thinking that all that we need to actually approve are the special meeting minutes. Is that right? We don't need to approve the work session meeting minutes?
The History Colorado still requests work session minutes, and you may
Right.
get them, and they can be approved if you do so want to.
Well, I don't have a preference. I just want to make sure we're, following whatever protocol we need. So, okay.
If you want to table that till next session, that's fine with me.
You have a motion to table that?
A motion.
Jan, what's up to you? Are you good with the minutes?
I'm looking at them right now.
No, we
Are you
can-
talking about the minutes, not from the work session,
Oh,
Was there a work session?
from another meeting?
well,
We had December 9th. We had the special session
It was the same.
and the work session on the same date, December 9th.
Okay, I'm just looking at them.
I'm okay with them. Can you think of anyone? It was the clarification of the assignment of everybody to the commission. That was what the meeting was basically about,
Yeah.
remember?
Right.
And the procedures on how it comes about.
Okay, I move to accept the December 9th minutes.
And the work
I
session.
think it's it says work session on the top,
And the short.
but I think that was really the special meeting.
Special meeting. 2 of them, can
Well,
you?
there's two different documents.
Right, and both documents say work session.
I think there might have been 3 documents that were actually emailed Jana right before the meeting, because I actually printed out 2 that said work session also, but there is one that is a 2-pager that says special called meeting.
No, we can table
So
it.
I don't know.
My 2-page one says minutes of the work session meeting December 9th. And my work session minutes say special called meeting.
Because they were the same thing, basically.
Yeah, they were about.
Mine was
Oh,
just
so-
1 page, and it was the 3rd attachment.
We could table it because I haven't really seen it.
All right, that's the one that says special called meeting then. Although it's titled work session.
Okay.
So I move to accept them.
I second the motion.
All in favor? Sorry.
Yes.
Yes?
Aye.
Okay. So number 4, I guess the minutes will be approved. The public hearings, we have none. And 5, new business. Do you have anything to report on? Or who is reporting on?
We're gonna move unfinished business, item A,
Okay, so go to
To the-
unfinished
to the very beginning.
to right now.
Yes.
So we'll talk about number 6, unfinished business and assignment of Jana Remington to the Historic Preservation Commission Chair. And
Do we
she's-
not also need to add to that item, Jean Delicio as vice chair and Shirley as a member for the minutes of the 9th of December?
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
we have those three things to vote on, is that right?
We have, everyone's assigned to the meeting, but no one has been officially assigned to the chair. So,
we really just need to vote
Just
for the
the
chair.
chair.
yes,
Because I'm already the vice chair. I'm already the vice chair.
yes,
So we don't need to vote for that. And Shirley's already been approved by city council.
yes.
So we just do 6A and assignment of Jana Remington to the commission and to be the chair, right?
Yeah, to be chair.
So do we have any discussion on that? Or does somebody want to make a motion to approve that
A motion to accept Jan Remington
as
as
chair?
chair.
Okay, second?
Sure, yes.
Okay, motion by Derek to approve the assignment of Jana Remington to the Historic Preservation Commission and being the chair, and seconded by Shirley. Can we take a vote? Yes, yes. Anybody online?
You want me to go through the vote?
Yeah, vote.
Jana Remington. Oh, she can't vote.
Can I vote for
No.
myself?
No. Jean Delicio,
Yes.
Elizabeth Kelly,
Yes.
Derek Thomas,
Yes.
Shirley.
Yes.
So I guess we're approving Janet, and now you can take over 6B, Janet, as chair.
Okay. All right, well, we were going to talk about saving places under new business, but we could talk about it under planning administrator's report. So let's go to city-owned buildings, landmark applications. I don't think we have any, do we, Chris?
No, we haven't. I've had a few inquiries on the outskirts of our historic preservation areas of people, like the same situation we had on 101 Pine, people wanting to be included in historic preservation. So I think there was an inquiry about, first he was inquiring about landmarking. It's the property that's just across from 101 Pine. And he wanted to find out information about landmarking. But I said, well, first you should think about rezoning, and then we could talk about landmarking. So there is quite a stir in that area of Trinidad.
And I think on 101 Pine, the new owner just signed their contract. So it just, it's just finished rezoning, and they just transferred ownership. So we can expect something there, but it might take them a little while to get their ducks in a row.
I thought that the city-owned buildings were the ones we had applied for
Yes.
with Bursa. Is she at all working on that, or are we still doing our 5 buildings?
I think, as far as I know, she's still employed. But the city building would be the next.
Reducing City Hall would be the next.
City Hall would be the next one.
Because we budgeted for that, right? City Hall is going to be the next one, right?
Yes.
And she.
So how do we connect with her, and how do we actually get that ball rolling?
Well, basically it starts in my court, Elizabeth. I need to get all the research of what was done before and get the application in and proceed with the research and get that information to Boomsma so she can proceed with the application. I've discussed it with Audra and she's all for a city building that's not currently under construction. So that would be City Hall. And
So is that, and maybe it's just me being ignorant of the process and all the work that Georgie did that went unseen. So that's what she had to do previously with the applications, was to do this preliminary work that you just mentioned, Chris, before she actually submits the application to the consultant? Is that what we're saying?
yeah,
or
just
what we're doing?
gathering of materials basically and getting all the information together for Boomsma. And I quite frankly, since this building did burn down in 1980, it may be a little more difficult to find some historical information.
Is there anything in the 2000 survey in those big 4 or 5 files, big 3-ring binders about City Hall?
I can definitely look.
It might be in that 2000 survey. Because that was the core zone, they turned it in, maybe.
And it has specific buildings listed, so
Alright.
that's a good place to start.
Is there some kind of like a checklist or some kind of reference document that we could use just to, I mean, perhaps, I don't know if this is appropriate or not, for commission members to help with that or to,
No, it's not appropriate.
okay.
We can't do that.
Well, there's
That's
the
where
land.
Chris Smith
Yeah,
got into
I
a
need
big
to-
problem about that.
Okay,
He
okay.
wanted to let the community help with the history and documentation, and Georgie said no. It comes from Chris's office and the consultant,
Because we have to approve it, that's why.
because we're the
Yeah.
judges of it.
Right, we have
Yeah.
to, like we judged Tom's, we
And-
had to read it and approve it, so we can't
Yes.
really.
And I have the landmark application and it details every thing that's required and needed.
Okay, okay.
It's just
Is there,
finding the time
can
to
we
do
have a
it.
copy of that to look to review, or I'm just
Of course.
curious?
It should be
Yeah.
in your book. Did you pick up your book?
Oh, no, I didn't. So that's my
There's a
bad.
landmark application for the Carnegie Library. That's an example of exactly
Okay,
what it's doing.
I'll pick it up. Thank you.
Okay, well, it sounds like we don't have any city-owned buildings that are ready for our input.
Right.
So I'm gonna move on from that. Let's see what's happening with the budget 2022.
I don't have a copy of it, but we sort of submitted a preliminary one, right? To, at our work session, we developed that preliminary one. Do we have a copy of anything?
Oh. I think we left off, we were going to get something together and one of the commissioners has to submit it to the city. I don't have a copy of it.
But we have the budget recommendations in the body of the minutes, right? Is
Right.
that what we're talking about, or are you looking for like a spreadsheet?
I think it just has to be like a preliminary letter that goes to Cheryl in our finance department or Mike Valentine to state what we believe the commission needs for a budget, and they carve that out of whatever funds they have. And hopefully, if they don't have it, they can utilize marijuana money. That's what I've been told by finance.
I thought we discussed the budget at the work session,
Right.
and submitted an outline of it, but maybe I'm wrong about that, because I don't have the minutes in front of me. So Chris, what do you need from us as far as the budget goes?
A request from one of the commissioners, like a formal request of what what money should be required, which is outlined in the minutes, you're correct. And just send it to me and I will make sure it gets to, well, first it has to be voted on by the commission and accepted, and then I forward that on to finance.
Didn't we vote on that at the work session, or were we not allowed to vote then?
We weren't allowed to vote, but we prepared it, so if we
Yeah,
just-
we just need the formal document.
So even though we just approved all of the items that will be part of the budget in these minutes, we need to vote on it again? I mean, we voted to approve these minutes, but you're saying that we need this letter, this formal document that includes basically these items, and then we have to vote on that. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, if you could just include whatever's in the minutes in a formal document, say this is our budget, we're gonna vote on it, okay, and then I forward it on to finance.
can't we
So
just?
we
Well,
would-
let's vote on it, because we already put it in the minutes from the work session.
Do you want me
We
to?
already laid out all the numbers.
Okay,
So let's vote.
Well, I haven't
We
seen
agree to the 2022 budget recommendation that's in the minutes of the work session.
So
Correct.
maybe Elizabeth can read the amounts that we had categorized. Can you-
Sure, I'll just read from the minutes. Our 2022 budget recommendations were: number one, preservation consultant services, the person that reviews the landmark apps, 6,000. Number two, community outreach events, refreshments, speakers, venue, 4,000. Number three, local landmarking incentive program. Previously, there were 20 landmark structures at $500 each. We reviewed and discussed that and revised it to 5 sites at $2,000 each. Number four, we removed the line item of, quote, list of skilled restoration contractors, unquote. Some questions were asked about, is this the list? Is this kind of a list something that other commissions do? Is there any potential liability, conflict of interest with the city issuing this list? This was just capturing the discussion. So there is a list provided by History Colorado, and we should refer people to that if asked. I think we agreed on that. And then lastly, number 5 was ongoing historic preservation training, including the Saving Places Conference at $3,000.
Wasn't there
Does
something?
that sound?
Wasn't there something
Sorry?
about trivia? Was it?
I didn't hear you, sorry.
Was there something about the trivia, like a trivia for?
Trivia game, remember?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's part of community outreach event,
Okay.
$4,000.
Oh,
Okay.
it was, okay. So that's only 15,000, right? 6, 10, that's 15, I thought it was 18,000 for some reason. I guess I added it wrong at the meeting before.
Yeah.
So it's $15,000,
Oh.
610.
Yeah.
So the total of all that is $23,000
23.
for the budget.
6 and first, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So where's the other 20?
Now, there's 5 sites at 2,000 each,
Oh.
that's 10,000. Then there's
Sorry.
6,000 and 4,000, that's 20,000, 3,000 for the conference. So I would like to make a motion that we make that our budget request. Chris, if you want me to write that formally up and send it to you, I'll do it. But I don't think we can wait 2 more months to do it. And
I
we're not
agree.
gonna meet next month.
Could you make a motion to
Approve it.
let Jana
I make a motion
submit
that you submit that to the city council, just as we discussed it at the previous work session, and now approve it as our formal budget. Do you want to second that?
Yeah, second.
Okay, he seconded
I
it.
second the motion too.
So you wanna take a vote? Oh, you're supposed to say that. Jenna? We're gonna take a
Sorry.
I'm
vote.
having trouble hearing the people who are in person.
I think there's a motion and they're asking to call for a vote.
Yes. Let's vote on that, on the recommendations we set forth in the minutes of December 9th.
Okay,
Is that what the motion was?
Correct.
And for you to submit.
Okay,
for you to
And for
submit
you
it
to
as
submit a
well.
formal document to the city council.
okay.
All
Very
right,
good.
All right, I will submit.
Good memory.
I'll ask for a vote. Jean Delisio,
Yes?
Elizabeth Kelly,
Yes.
Derek Thomas,
Yes.
Shirley Shirley,
Yes.
and Jana, you asked for the vote.
Yes.
Approved.
Okay, let's get that done. I'm going on vacation tomorrow morning, but I'll get it to you in about a week.
Good stuff. All right.
And the next city council meeting is like next month? Or is there one this month?
She just
There's
said
one
there
every 2
wasn't
weeks.
one.
We're not
Oh,
gonna have
sorry.
a historic preservation commission meeting next month.
But the city council meeting is what we need to submit that to. Or
Yes.
The next one. So when
Yes.
is that?
Every 2 weeks, and I'll find out.
So if we can
Exactly
get it
where
into
it
the
is.
January meeting would be good.
Okay.
Should I extend the motion? We'll try to get that into the January
As
next
soon as
meeting.
possible, yes.
Miss Remington.
Unless you want to do it, Elizabeth. I'm going to be gone till the 24th.
Well, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Does it need
Elizabeth
to
and I
be?
can do it, and then we can.
That'd be great, Shirley.
Okay.
Just needs to be a letter to the city council, I guess, submitted to Chris. Is that right, Chris?
Yes, Jana.
Okay, well, I'll do it. How about me? Since I'm the vice chair, I'll do it.
Okay, thank you.
I'll get it done tomorrow. And then we can make sure we're
All
on the
right.
next agenda for city
Was
council.
that Jean or Shirley talking? I can't see you.
It's Jean.
I think it's Jean.
Okay, thank you, thank you, Jean. Sorry, I misspoke.
No.
You guys look tiny when we're out here.
You look very tiny.
It is a funny dimension, isn't it? We just need-
Okay,
And you.
so,
I
now,
might be
is
able
there
to
any new business? Does anybody have new business? Hearing none, we'll go on to the reports. So the chairperson's report, the only thing I wanted to remind everybody of is this training session that we got a flyer for, that we're all supposed to go to, January 31st.
This one.
Oh,
In-person and virtual best practices training for all people that are government commissions or officials. So please try to attend that.
And that's here at City
I'm
Hall.
sure Chris will send us more.
What time is that?
That's
January 31st at 7 p.m. or something like that?
officiated by Audra.
Okay.
Okay,
Is it 7 p.m.?
I've got it on my clock. Oh my
so she'll send us the sign-in, I guess.
That is correct.
Okay, commissioners' reports. Do we have
Five.
any reports,
5 to
commissioners?
6. It's 5 to 6, sorry.
Thanks. I have no reports.
No.
I can't hear any of you.
I don't have any report.
No report.
No report.
Okay, very good then. Then we'll move to the planning administrator's report, because the main thing I think we need to talk about is the Saving Places conference and how to choose classes. Last year there were many, many choices in every hour, but this time it looks like they've refined it down to only one choice per session.
There's a few
Am I right about that?
there's a few duplicates, but yeah, it's very so I mean it's just there's not as many as last year. I agree.
Yeah. Last year, we each tried to take a different one so that we could share. But this time, it looks like we're all going to take the same thing.
Most of the time. There's a
That is
couple.
not true. You can
There is a couple.
you can I did select sessions for everyone. namely sessions that begin at the beginning of each day. But you're welcome to change those sessions and take whatever you feel like you would be interested in or what for the good of the commission, because everything that you attend, we would like a brief synopsis of what you've learned or what you took from the meeting.
Okay.
So
Well, sure.
at what point do we make those selections or changes? I guess I was unclear about that. Do we do it up until the conference? Can we do it at the conference? Just go to the sessions that we choose, or how does that work?
They said up until the day that you can go in with your login and change your sessions.
Oh, okay, thank you. Sorry, I didn't see that.
And I sent each of those attending in person a per diem slip. And if you do so require, you can turn this per diem slip in prior to the conference, and we could get a check issued for I believe it's $148 for your per diem meals. The hotel is already taken care of, so there's that, and then there's your mileage to and from that is on there, and you can pre-request this for Brittany.
Do we have to pay for the conference and be reimbursed? Or?
I've already registered for the hotels, and I sent your reservations to you individually, and the per diems were provided by finance, and they said that they would prepare a check prior to the conference if you needed the money prior, but then you have to turn in your receipts and your impressions of the sessions with your receipts after the conference. And I think they have a date. I think it has to be turned in. It's on here somewhere. It has to be like a timely fashion, like within 30 days or something.
You mean like the synopsis, right?
Mm-hmm.
That and the receipts.
Right.
And
Because like last year, I send you a questionnaire asking you what they want to know about your participation after the conference.
yeah, but I would like to have your synopsis, is that a word? Back, so I can submit them to History Colorado in our reports. That's why I would like to have them personally. And then
Okay.
Will do.
And let me think if I missed it. Oh, the final thing is transportation to and from. I didn't know if anyone was interested in carpooling, so if you are, just let us know, let me know. I'm not taking the company vehicle, so I may or may not take my car. So I'm kind of open to carpooling.
Who's going in person? Isn't it just Jean and Elizabeth?
Right.
I'm going.
Or
And Derek.
Yeah.
Derek going?
Yes, ma'am.
So we can talk about
Is
that.
Shirley?
No, I'm going online. Everything I'm going to do is online.
Okay. Okay, me too. I'm going virtually. Okay.
So, and Chris, you are attending, is that right?
Yeah, in person.
Nice, okay. Yeah, so we'll need to figure out the carpooling thing, right?
Right. Which
Yep.
we have some time to figure that out.
Yeah, we can talk personally after the meeting, probably.
Okay. And I do have a question on the session or the outreach field trip thing that they offered for the San Luis Valley this summer in August, which I'm very interested in attending. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I've seen it. Beautiful city.
So is that included in this initial registration, or is that something separate, or what is
That's
that?
a good question.
Jana, didn't you say that you had access throughout the whole year to some of the conferences?
Once you went to the conference, and last year everybody went virtually, you can sign in and see all of the sessions if you want, although I don't think I've ever tried to do it. But that's what they say you can do.
But they're doing an on-site, they're doing an outreach event of some kind in August, it looks like, in the San Luis Valley. So we can maybe find that out at the conference.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if anybody had any info on that, because it looks super interesting and really relevant to our area, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to go to that. Let's find out.
Well.
And the other
I haven't
part,
seen anything.
isn't
like
the
that.
other part that we're saving all of this information to have our day as part of our outreach, that we're gonna present this at a certain outreach committee or let people know.
Yes, good point.
Part of our job is to make sure we have a post-hearing or post-meeting to inform the public and report the results.
Yes.
Or brief synopsis.
I don't think we've quite
Or
determined.
was gonna be at our conference or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where that's going to be, but that's the intention.
Last year, we didn't have time to report to the commission, and I would like to see us, even if we have to have a special meeting, where we share with each other what we've learned, if we go to different sessions. So we can talk about that again in March.
That reminds me of, do we have our pamphlet printed yet? Or
Yes,
can we get copies of the
did
printed?
I not include those in your book?
I don't
No,
see
I
any
don't see
in my book.
Okay.
I don't even have the agenda minutes.
Yes, I do have the pamphlets printed, and there's 1,000 of them in a box in my office. So
Oh,
feel
good.
free to drop by if you want some.
We should take them to the conference with us for sure.
Yes.
And use
Yes, yes. Yay, thank you so much for everybody that saw that through. That's awesome.
Yeah, we got it done.
Yes.
them. Especially you.
So
Elizabeth.
Yeah, especially you.
just to
Elizabeth.
remind you, we picked a date, June 3rd, to have our community meeting and tour to introduce the concepts of historic preservation to our community. And I'm working on a Main Street tour, and anybody who wants to work with me is welcome to do so. I'm kind of putting together a bunch of different tours and information that I have. And I've walked people through it once, but it was way too big, way too long. So after the conference, Elizabeth and I are going to get together and work on that, and we'd welcome anybody else who wants to do it. We'll start planning for that June 3rd event.
June 3rd is a Friday. That's the first Friday. Not
Yeah.
art meeting, right? And Tom's going to help us too, right? Tom over there.
Yep.
Are we
The art
visiting
walk?
at Tom the art walk, and we're going to Tom's?
What's the
landmark
date on
building?
that?
It's June 3rd. Yeah, the first
Yep.
Friday of June.
I
And it'll
will.
be
Right,
like
before the art,
before
open
the
art studios, or whatever you call it, art walk.
Tom's giving us.
So
a tour.
Tom said that he would be happy to give us a speech and also to record it,
Yep.
to play on his TV channel.
Well, we'll go live.
Oh, good.
At what time?
We're going live.
What time? About
What
2 or 3 in the
Early
afternoon? Wasn't it? It was.
Now, we outlined it, let's see, I thought we put that in the minutes, so let's kind of keep that.
It was either 3 or 4 in the afternoon, so that it runs into art walk.
Well, I think I kind of outlined it someplace, but then didn't necessarily specify in the minutes. Yeah, it was to start at Chappelle House with a brief presentation, do the walking tour, end up at the A.R. Mitchell Museum. So I think about 3-ish.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, I'm suggesting that we don't end up at the Mitchell, but we end up at the History Museum.
Okay.
Miners Museum?
Because
I
the
mean-
parking will be easier down there since it's across the street from Tom's place. And also then we can suggest that people tour the History Museum. the
Okay.
houses.
Can you
I
be
like that.
specific?
What do y'all think?
Which history museum?
Trinidad History Museum, right?
Okay,
The one right across the street from
Tom's.
Tom's. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes more sense, I think, yeah.
So we have to start making reservations and doing that kind of planning, because if we want to use any space there to have a reception or something. So,
Yeah, we need to start publicizing this, so as soon as we get done with the conference, let's get together. I'll connect with all of you and have a planning session.
that sounds great.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. So
Okay,
that'll happen sometime in February, is that what we're saying? Towards the end of February, maybe?
yes, I think
Okay.
so.
To do what?
So,
Meet and plan this session.
Are we gonna go have a walkthrough of what she?
Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
Yeah,
She
that's
had a
fine.
list of buildings to go to on that tour.
Did you say February?
After, no.
I said we're gonna try to, I don't think it has to be a formal work session. I think it could be we could just get together and try to figure out a plan.
Due to the Open Meetings Act,
If three or more
can't-
gathered.
Yeah, it would have to be a
it
meeting.
have
would
to
have
have
to
a
be a
meeting.
meeting.
So we can plan it at the February meeting, because we'll be back.
But we're not having a February.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, March, we'll plan it at the March meeting, and we can call a special meeting if we need more time. I think we should just save
Okay.
that for the agenda for the March meeting, if that's okay with everybody.
Well, it's in June, right? So
It's in June, so we have enough time. That will give us February to congeal all of our profound knowledge that we're gonna get at the conference, and then and think through a day or 2 hours worth of time so that we can make a formal presentation on the agenda of the March meeting. How about that? We can put a little time together as an agenda item. Does that work?
I'll make sure it's on
Well, we
the.
could, but I'm afraid we're not gonna have the answers to it until we meet.
Right,
We're
there's a
not
lot
gonna-
of things to,
You're talking about telling the public what we're planning before we plan. I'd like to be able to plan just the commission and then go public with the plan. Can't we do that, Chris?
well, we have to do it at a meeting, she said. It
Yeah,
has
we
to
could
be
have a work
formal meeting.
session in February, later in the month if you'd like.
Okay, that's a good
I
idea.
think that would be better.
Yeah,
That's my preference. That's my preference, to have a work session and hammer some of this stuff out. I don't think you can do that kind of nuts and bolts, like who's on first at a regular commission meeting.
That's a
And
good
then
idea.
in March, we can have the meeting and sort of formalize some of the agenda for the outreach event.
So let's
Yeah,
set a
I
date
agree.
for that.
I think
Let's set a
that's how we
date
should
for-
do it.
That's a good idea. So can we set a date for
We
the
don't-
February?
Just
Work
stumble
session?
through it.
Yeah, let's look at the month of February.
Should we keep on our Wednesdays or do that on a Friday? How about a Friday? Fridays are good for me in the morning if you guys like Fridays again.
Yeah, I like that when we do it on Fridays.
How about Jean? Can you make it on Friday
is
morning?
good, yeah, Friday morning. How about you, Derek?
yeah.
Yes.
Shirley? Okay, yes, for Friday morning. So what, 18th or 25th? That's the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, short month.
Probably.
Oh, I'm out on the 25th. It'd have to be the 18th for me.
Okay, I'm
Or the
good.
1st or March 4th.
I'm good for the 18th. That's
Good
good
for the 18th.
for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how about you, Jana?
I'd rather go to March 4th would be better for me.
Okay, March 4th is fine with me. You think?
I'm good with March
I
4th.
think that's probably okay.
You do know we'll have the meeting, HPC meeting on that following night.
Oh, boy, see, we should
But
do
then
the
we could
18th.
formalize it. Like,
What? I thought we have the March meeting on the 9th.
We
On
do.
Wednesday, right?
Yeah, on a Wednesday.
Right.
We're talking about meeting on a Friday.
I'm
And
just saying we'll have a work session proposed you proposed on the 4th, and then the HPC meeting will be on the 9th. Is
Right.
that okay?
Okay, I didn't hear you very well. Okay, that works for me. Does it work for you all?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Sure. Yes.
March,
Jean,
yeah,
Jean,
March,
is that okay with you?
March 4th is fine.
What time?
Although I'm gonna miss the March 9th meeting.
Actually, so am I.
Mm. So
Won't be
there's no
vacation.
quorum.
But
Well, we'll have a quorum of
I
three.
can do online though. I mean, I can attend online. I just won't be able to be physically here.
All right, well, we'll have
I
a
can attend
quorum.
online.
March 4th is fine. What did we say? What time?
10?
That's good.
Sure.
All right. Can we get that printed and published, right?
Yes.
Is that good for you? Tom, can you make it because you're part of our plan
On the,
on the work session meeting at 10? Don't you think we should invite Tom to come to that? Because he's part of our meeting site.
He might,
oh yes,
what day,
These are
what,
lead.
I forgot that
Friday,
Tom's there.
March 10th.
March 10th?
I mean, March 4th at 10 a.m.
March
March 4th,
4th.
boy, I'm off on the day, at 10 a.m. The work session here.
What day is that?
It's a Friday. A.m. in the morning, 10 a.m.
I will mark it on my calendar.
Okay, and if
I'll
something comes
send
up.
you an invite.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, Tom's right here. He's ready to,
I forgot Tom's there.
yeah,
I'm invisible.
he's hiding out over there. He doesn't get on the
Yes, you
camera.
are.
Oh shoot, you know, I forgot to actually put the other two on camera.
Well, good. That gives us 2 months to get some publicity out after the 9th meeting too, so good.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, keep our task, at that point, starting in March, because there will be a fair amount of stuff that we're gonna need to do, so.
Right.
Okay.
Would it be, I can contact the Trinidad History Museum and ask them about June 3rd. Would that be helpful?
Yes, good idea.
Yeah, see what they say.
Okay.
If we can do it outside in the courtyard, it'd be really great.
Oh, yes. All right. I'll be happy to do that.
It'll be June.
And we can
So do we
troubleshoot.
expect that we would pay for that space or not?
I hope not.
I don't know what their practice
We're part of
is.
History Colorado.
Right, they shouldn't charge us.
It's a city-owned building, right?
Well, it's a state-owned building.
Is it?
It's
Oh,
a
I-
state-owned
It's a
building.
History Colorado owned building.
But they
Okay.
shouldn't charge us, I don't think, but.
I don't think the city owns those two houses.
Mm-mm.
Good question. I mean, yeah, who actually owns that
I thought you were
structure?
about
It's a
art,
state of Colorado.
art space.
History
I
Colorado
think
owns
it's
it.
the state of.
Okay.
Sure.
Huh.
Oh, you're right, could be History Colorado.
Anyway, you could go talk to the person who's in charge, the new director over there.
Yeah, I will do that.
Great. Okay. Is there any other discussion today?
Not from here. You have any?
No.
I would accept a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
I'll second that.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed?
No. Tom, he wants to
Okay,
leave
we
our-
14.
All right, we got some dates. I forgot about the June 3rd deal. Okay, glad we brought that up. Good, I gotta get going. Well, let's talk some. Do I have your phone number?